The following podcast is a Dear Media production.
Welcome back to another episode of Probably Podcast where I'm having a panic attack about my hair. I normally just am like, whatever. Like lately with pregnancy, I tell you what, it really does give you a new level of like, I don't care. Did you feel that way when you were pregnant? We have producer podcast on the Courtney. We have, I think I have a cough too, guys. I'm falling apart at the seams. Producer Courtney on the pod, who is a fellow mama. Did you ever just like realize that you were just like, I don't give a fuck?
Oh yeah, you reach a point and it's game over. You do not care at all.
You just don't care, and that's what's happening with my hair right now. And I do fear the I don't care energy right now is really not going to translate to next week when I get these clips back. And I'm like, that's so funny. I look like dick fuck though. So yeah, you guys just like, you know, just be my safe place. Just be like, wow, those 6 sprigs of hair look cool. Okay, so we have a very fun episode for you guys. This is all about the sad and hilarious life event that happens to a lot of people, catfishing. When do you think the first catfish happened? In the age of the internet? Or do you think people were catfishing as pen pals?
They had to be writing letters. It
had
to start with the letters.
Let's fact check that. First case of catfishing.
First documented.
Did catfishing happen pre-internet era? ? While the term catfishing, as it is commonly understood today, created a fake online persona to deceive someone in a relationship, became popular with the release of the documentary Catfish in 2010. The practice of deceiving someone by assuming a false identity for personal gain or other motives predates the internet. Okay, well, we fucking know that. Mm-hmm. Personal ads. Individuals would use personal ads in the newspaper to deceive others of their identity, sometimes for romance scams or even more sinister motives, but to meet up. Wow.
Oh yeah, Craigslist. That was I guess that was the internet, but before Craigslist ads, newspaper ads.
Yeah. People would impersonate others, like the famous case of Amy Bach, who pretended to be a wealthy sheep farmer to marry a wealthy widow in 1909. It's
been happening since the beginning of time.
It's been happening since the dawn of time, and it's never not horrible. There are, of course, some like really fucked up stories, right? Like there's some like really dark stuff that can happen, and like more sinister like scam type stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah,
when like money is involved. I do love to see like a rich old guy that's cheating on his wife get scammed. Mm-hmm. That always like really elicits joy out of me. But there's always really sad ones, like a lonely widow looking for love, and then like they get scammed out of stuff. But where they do tend to be funny is just like, you know, when people just get like catfish. Like literally before this episode started, my husband told me a story, and I was like, I say this with all the love in my heart. You were so fucking stupid. And he was like, oh, I know. Like, just your classic case of like, hey, it was 2020. Why didn't you Google reverse search this image? Like,
oh yeah,
there are so many ways to not get catfished as well.
In 2025, there's no excuse.
I agree. We just saw the case, you know, I don't want to be too mean here, but like Brittany Furlan. Yeah. Tommy Lee's wife got catfished. And I'm like, but how?
How do you get catfished by somebody and not expect at least a DM from their real Instagram?
Correct.
You really think they're not talking to you at all? They're not liking your story? Nothing.
And it became a really big issue with country singers. I'm sure other people in the industry as well, but we saw it because we live in Nashville, predominantly happen with a lot of our friends who are country singers. And it would be where they would get a fake profile, and like the person would be like, hey, this is, you know, Luke Bryan from my private account, like want to give you guys VIP. I know you're such a big fan, I'll give you VIP tickets, but blah, blah, blah. And it would just be this whole string. And like all these country singers started having to put in their bio, like, this is my only account. There's like all those iconic photos of people from the early 2000s where they're like holding up pictures and they're like, hi, I'm Kristen Cavallari and I do not have a MySpace. And it's like, like all this stuff. We're going to edit and crop out a lot of coughs when they're really nasty and wet, but some just might have to stay. So just like bear with me. It's a criminal offense also that you could get sick 2 times in 2 months being pregnant, like with just like a common cold, like just wintertime shit, you know what I mean? Like it's spring, like CMA Fest is happening this weekend, the birds are chirping, our trees are growing, rose bushes, and I'm fucking hacking up loogies. Like that doesn't seem correct.
Yeah,
that doesn't seem correct. Okay, back to catfishing. So you guys submitted some crazy stories. I was talking to Courtney about the days of yore with not catfishing, but chat roulette.
Oh yeah.
I was a big chat rouletter with my friend Drew. We loved that. Usually it was men in Asian countries opening up with just absolutely nothing but their ding dong along, just
like low angle.
Yes,
the worst angles possible.
Face not in it. Big belly, dick, just like already going at it already. And but like it's crazy because like we were so young that like that to us was the funniest thing that could have ever happened. Like we weren't like disgusting. Oh, we didn't think we were actually gonna like talk to, you know, the classic, the iconic Harry Styles actually going in one direction. They like used to do chat roulette and just like randomly pop up in there.
Yeah,
it's probably why we were playing originally.
Oh yeah,
but like when we would see like the men like already like we'd be like like we would literally be like, look at that little dick. Like we would literally be like, that's not funny. But then this poor guy that's trying to like get off has these young girls laughing, pointing and laughing
at him. Why are you saying
him.
Poor guy? He's masturbating on a public website
to young minors.
Do not call him poor guy.
So true. You know what? He got what he deserved. It was a bunch of young girls literally laughing at him.
Yeah, we nexed those. We
did.
We were always ready to go.
We were never like sitting there and watching. Like we were always too scared. We always clicked next so fast, but we were tickled pink.
Oh yeah,
we just thought it was hilarious.
The worst is when you get a few too many dicks in a row and then you accidentally cute the guy. You next the guy that could have been Harry Styles, and you're like, no,
true.
I'll never get him back.
You got too trigger happy.
Yeah.
That, I mean, dicks will do that to you.
Next, too scared. Next. Like you don't want another one. It's the roulette.
It was the wild west out there.
It was.
And imagine like my parents had no idea we were doing that.
No
idea. Then I was like big into chat rooms, loved a chat room back in the AOL AIM days.
Oh yeah.
Big like ASL age sex location.
Mm-hmm. Did you have a like weird username? Like what was your
I was always
handle?
Trying to seem older than I was. Like I remember my mom actually did get annoyed by this, but it was back when you paid for AOL usernames, so you really couldn't like change it too many times. Like once you did it, you had it.
Yeah.
And I changed my username to Southern Babe 2012.
Ooh.
2012 was the year I was going to graduate high school, and like I had made it when it was I don't know, like 2000.
Yeah.
You know, like really far away. And I just like Southern Babe. My mom did not like that I said babe, didn't like that it was like Southern Babe. Like it still pops up in a lot of my like random email things. It was around. My mom kept AOL for a while.
Yeah.
She loves this story. She says that one of her friends one time when she gave her email address for something, she was like, honey, friends don't let friends still have AOL accounts. Oh. And my mom was like, oh. And she was like, I don't give a shit. Like she got so offended. Like, why? I like my AOL. Like okay. And then did eventually obviously make the turn to Gmail. But yeah, I was always just, that was my username forever.
Yeah.
What about yours?
I was Buckeye Girl, some weird number.
Yeah.
But not, I was going to do 96 birth year.
That gives your age away.
Can't do that.
Yeah.
Dead giveaway.
Did you lie about your age?
Every time.
Yep.
Every single time. I was at least 4 years older.
Yep.
Still talked like I was 12, but like I said I was 16.
100%. That's so funny. As the temperatures start rising, I feel that familiar urge to refresh my closet. But you guys, I'm not going to go wasting money on pieces that I only wear once or just for one season. No, I've decided that Quince is the way to go. Quince changes that, okay? Their clothes are timeless, lightweight, and far more elevated than anything else at this price. It finally feels like my wardrobe matches my standards. Like, they have such good stuff. 100% European linen shorts and dresses from $30. They've got luxe swimwear. They've got Italian leather platform sandals. I love, like, if you're going on vacation, you need this stuff. And the best part, everything with Quince is half the cost of similar brands. So by working directly with top artisans and cutting out the middleman, Quince is going to pass along that saving to you. They're going to give you the luxury without the markup. So Quince only works with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices, which we love, and premium fabrics and finishes. So I love Quince. They also have a lot of great stuff for travel. I got some really nice leather pieces for my brother-in-law for his birthday. He loved them. Their quality, they'll only just get better over time. It's just amazing. So if you want to give your summer closet an upgrade with Quince, go to quince.com/probably for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/probably to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/probably. Okay, so big into chat rooms, big into chat roulette, and then catfishing. I've never actually been catfished, but I did want to get accepted to this person's MySpace back in the day, and I wanted her to be friends so I could look at her photos. She was like this really popular girl from a different school, and she was only like accepting like hot guys or her actual real friends. Mm-hmm. So I made a fake catfish profile of this like hot guy. but I used this like hot older guy that was actually my mom's, shout out Nick Wygren, like I'm so sorry I used your photos. Like it was my mom's friend's son. Oh. And like I used his photos, and I'm sure I don't remember how I got found out, but I'll never forget my mom being like, they said that you're using his photos for an account. And I wasn't doing anything malicious. I don't think I was messaging her. I might have been. I don't think I was. I'm pretty sure I was just like, I had created the profile so she would add me as a friend so I could look at all of her photos, because I was just like, had a girl crush on her and was like, who's this popular girl from this other school? And my mom was like, how bizarre would that be if you were using his photos on a MySpace account? And I was just like, that would be crazy. I would never do that. And she's like, I know, I told Pam that. And I was like, yeah. But then I think I deleted the account. But I must have just been so stupid and like probably used it was probably like southernbabe2012 at gmail.com or at AOL.com. Like I probably used my real name for everything but the photos. But yeah, it was bad.
We need to bring back publicly ranking your friends MySpace style.
Couldn't agree more.
Like that's what our society is missing.
Do you know what I also really would at this stage of my life be savage about? I would shift people around. You know,
every week.
Most people did keep the one, you know, like people would probably assume that Taylor would always be one. I know she might get shifted.
But the other 7, or you know, however, 8, I think 8 is the go-to number.
I could shift Taylor just to fucking keep her in line. You know what I mean?
Might stir the pot.
Listen. So we need to bring that back. I was just watching this video of some girl dancing in Times Square, and I just once again am begging for public humiliation to be brought back, to feel shame, to feel anything. Okay, let's get into the stories. Let's get into the catfishing stories. Should we go audio? Some of you guys have recorded your lovely voices, and some of you have felt the need to be extremely anonymous and just submitted stories, which I'm sure are just as funny.
Yeah. I do have to point out real quick, the people that submit these anonymous stories
recorded
either way, but sometimes like they don't submit any personal information, and then at the very end they're like, I really want to remain anonymous. Those are the people that are getting got out here. Like, what do you think? They submit their story.
Yes.
But then no personal information.
Yeah.
But then they say, I would really like to remain anonymous. Please don't say who I was.
No, we really won't say who you are because we can't.
We can't.
We really can't.
Yeah. But
there are some people who say so much and then like will message me and be like, I really like, I did not realize that my cousin followed you and that story was about her, and she like knows. And I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. Yeah. Like,
you click
unfortunately,
send.
You have consented to this incredible story that you just outed your cousin about. And, you know, I cannot help, my fans are everywhere. They're just everywhere.
They're all over.
They're all over. Okay, let's play. Do you want to go bottom first or?
Yeah, start at the bottom.
I met my husband on chat roulette.
No way. Period. That's it. She met her husband on chat roulette. See, that's so fucked up. Why didn't you give us more information than that?
That's crazy. I don't know that I've ever had a conversation of substance on chat roulette.
Do you know what's also crazy? Like, do you think there's more people out there that met actual boyfriends and stuff from chat roulette, the way that people now, how common it is to be like, I met my husband on Tinder, I met my husband on Bumble? Like, are there chat roulette success stories out there that we don't know about? I bet there's a whole Reddit page. I met my partner on chat roulette.
I must dive in.
Oh my God. Please reach out if you actually met someone that you dated for longer than 6 months and you know him in person, like you were in person with him on chat roulette.
I feel like that's a better route to go. Yeah, I'd rather like see you, get a vibe.
It's immediate video, by the way.
Yeah.
It's like back then you didn't have like AI shit. Mm-hmm. So you knew you were talking to the person.
Yeah.
And also like, yeah, it's kind of like a speed dating thing. Like you could get to know them really quick and then you really could just be like, I'm losing connection. Next.
Okay. So this one's worse. I was wheel fished. He showed up in a wheelchair. All of his pictures were normal. And he said he sadly got MS a few years earlier and never updated his profile, which is sad. But then...
That is sad.
Then has the audacity to say he thought my hair would be more red in person.
Okay, well, we can't, we can't be doing... Maybe she didn't update her photos brightness as well. Yeah, I think we should be disclosing lots of important things about us. And if you suffer from a disability that hinders a lot about your life, like literally walking and such, I do think, while I don't think anyone should discriminate and all people deserve love, I would have liked to know, yes, if someone was like in a wheelchair before I met them.
I think that if I met you and you were in a wheelchair and I didn't know, I would be fine with it. But if you made out of pocket comments about my hair, that's what would throw it in for me.
I think also, like, if I met you in a wheelchair and then fell in love with you, madly in love with you, that wouldn't you rather that story than like I had to dupe her? Like, it's like what?
Yeah.
Like, there is love out there for you. Absolutely. There's like, it's literally not even that big of a deal to be in a wheelchair, but like, don't like trick someone, you know?
Yeah.
You can't, we got to be upfront about that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
That seems like a pretty big one. Because, yeah, like maybe she planned a date or was it, you know, doesn't have accessible things for you. And she would want to have ramps in place. That's what she would want.
She doesn't have the ramps in place.
I need to get some other opinions, but I think most people would agree.
Lord, well, I didn't get catfished, but I did get hatfished one time on a dating app.
Oh, I know where
didn't
this is
realize
going.
that every single picture he had up on his profile, he had a hat on. And I guess that was on me probably, but I agreed to go out on a date with him, and he showed up to my door and rang that doorbell, and I looked out my little peephole, and he was so bald you could see the sun shining off the top of his head, and I just pretended like I wasn't home.
Fucking Christ. Oh my God, like I want to hang out with this person so bad. Lord, well, I was hatfished. Oh my gosh. Also, that could have been the love of your life. Oh, that's not so bad.
That's not bad.
That is so funny, but it's only made funny by who's telling the story. Like, that is so funny. Okay, I'm trying to think, like, yeah, like, that's kind of shady to be, like, literally only wearing a hat in every single photo.
Yeah.
I really do kind of look for that kind of stuff. Like, does this person appear to be hiding, like, literally anything?
Yeah.
Did you know that the average American spends over $3,000 a year on dining out? I was probably one of them, to be honest. And it's like you want to start cooking at home, okay? So really, it's great to have pans that make you feel like you have some peace of mind about it because there's a lot of gross stuff going on with the toxins that we cook in. Like, here's some facts that are going to gross you out. 95% of home goods on the market contain forever chemicals. Plastic cutting boards can shed thousands of microplastics with every use. PTFE-coated nonstick cookware is the most common source of Teflon flu, so gross, and the average adult unknowingly consumes 12 plastic bags worth of microplastics every year. That is just really crazy. So switch to Caraway. Have peace of mind knowing that you are not exposing yourself to harmful chemicals or microplastics. You can slice with ease on their wood cutting boards with zero plastic involved, and their bakeware makes your homemade muffins slip right out of the pan without hassle, which is just amazing. Plus, their food storage sets and keeps food fresher for longer, which is also leading to less food waste. So cheap pans, they're going to come with a cost, but Caraway has premium cookware made of high quality materials. They're designed with your health in mind. So Caraway ceramic cookware is free from toxic materials, including PFAs, PFOAs, PTFEs, lead, so many other harmful chemicals for guilt-free cooking. So their cutting boards are also constructed with birch wood, no plastic, no BPA, no nonsense. And their stainless cookware does not include potentially toxic materials that are disgusting. All right. They don't have any of that stuff. So if you have been eyeing their internet famous 12-piece cookware set, now is the perfect time to buy. You can shop Caraway risk-free, enjoy fast free shipping, easy returns, and a 30-day trial. Plus, if you visit carawayhome.com/probably, you can take an additional 10% off your next purchase. This deal is exclusive for my listeners, so visit carawayhome.com/probably or use code probably at checkout. Caraway, non-toxic cookware made modern.
There was just something the other day on dating apps about like them taking people's height off or adding the height. Something people were complaining about. Did you see that? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes. But I'm not sure which way it is. Either they forced you to put it on there
Yeah.
or they've taken it off. But like, you know, like
I think they changed it to where you can filter by height.
Oh
I think
my
that's
God,
what it
that's
was.
hilarious.
I think you can filter by height now. Is that what it was?
the short kings cry. That's hilarious. The tall guys, most tall guys do low-key make it their whole personality. And like a lot of them, even if it wasn't required to put like 6'4", they would put like 6'4", previous blah, 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 blah. Like, bro, like this isn't the doctor's office. Like we don't need to know how tall you are.
Yeah.
Like as someone who like genuinely prefers a tall man, like that would give me the ick. If I saw him list his height, I'd be like, you're not like applying to the combine for football. Like I don't need to know your fucking height, bro.
Also, you can tell. If you look at a picture of a tall man, you can see that they're tall.
Also, if someone had it in their bio or like in some sort of way, like if they put it, I would subtract an inch or two. Mm-hmm. Like, if you're that tall, I can tell.
Yeah. I can see in your pictures with other people, you are the tall one.
If you want me to know you're so tall, then put a little sneaky photo of you with other people that look kind of short, and I'll be like, dang, Annie's tall. And then I'll also be attracted to you without thinking you're a fucking loser.
Yeah. You don't got to point it out. We can see it.
Don't put your fucking height. That's so lame.
Also, yes, it does say Tinder is testing a new height preference filter. That's hilarious.
That is savage as fuck. Okay, do you have another one to read, or should I read another one?
Let's play.
Oh, I forgot to tell my catfish story.
Oh, yeah, tell your catfish story.
Okay, so it wasn't me personally, but basically I was in LA with one of my girlfriends, Beck, and was I single at the time? Yeah. I was on dating apps. Yeah, because I think this trip might have been where I was like desperate to meet Harry Jowsey, and I was like, he'll fall madly in love with me. and someone was like, you're not his type. And I was like, really? Are you sure? They were like, yeah. He likes big fake boobs and like blonde. And I was like, I could turn him.
I fear I do remember this time.
I could turn him. I could turn him. Shouts out. Okay, so I think I was single. Anyways, we were both like just like on the apps perusing, and she saw this, like she matched with this really cute guy. But like we were in LA, so we're like classic, no good men in Nashville, like, you know, only the good ones in LA and New York. And she matched them, and I'm like hyping it up. Like we're literally just like kikiing, having the best time as girlies do, you know? And this guy, I'll give it to him, really got us from the jump on how funny he was. Like really funny, really personable. I was like low-key falling in love with him too. Like I was like, I love this guy for you. Like, yes. So I was like really pushing my friend hard on it. Like I was like, what's the update? What's the whatever? You know, normally I might be a little bit more realistic. Like he lives in LA, we live in Nashville. LOL, fast forward to me like dating a guy that lived in London. But, you know, I was just like, really into this guy for her, and he was really cute, and they were talking and chatting for a while, and of course, as girls do, like she was showing me everything he was saying, and I just kept being like, he's fucking hilarious. And then that comes into play later, just know that. And then they started talking on the phone all the time. And then like I was a part of their, not relationship, but like it was very like, she had said originally like, I'm here with my friend Shannon. The guy gave me like a nickname, where he started calling me Non, which I've actually never had anyone call me Non, and we just thought it was the funniest thing. Like we were just like, I'm all like, it became like this whole thing with both of us. Like how are you talking to Ben? Are you talking to Ben? Blah, blah, blah. And then I think eventually maybe I said like, so are y'all gonna, because they were gonna meet up in LA, and then something happened, and then she's like, I'm in LA all the time, because she's a very hardworking professional girly, crushing it, killing it. Made by Beck, check her out, makeup artist of everyone's dream. Anyways, so that like was true. She was always in LA, and so they had like made plans to meet or hang or something, but never really did. Now, I will say the conversations were always on the phone, and he had such a legit fucking story. This guy's a professional, a fucking professional catfisher. He had such reasons behind everything, and also like good ways to back it up. He was basically like saying he had this really important job in like private security, and because of his job he doesn't have any social media, but like he was always sending photos of himself. Now the one thing about being like in the space that I'm in as an influencer, and then Beck being a makeup artist and being in the space of influencing too, we were only red flag about him was photos he would send did have this tinge of like Facetune to them. Like, but never that we didn't think it was really him. And everything aligned with what he was talking about, but it always was like, is that really his beard? I feel like that beard looks like fake. Like we were always trying to like zoom into like his eye, because he was always like, my phone literally doesn't have FaceTime, but like you don't understand, like we were talking to this guy on the phone, and he also had a sexy voice, and he basically made it like a security thing. He's like, yeah, you know, I can't FaceTime. Like, I wish I could. Like, I can't. All of it sounds so sketchy now that I'm saying it, but like we were in the thick of it, and it did not. I think eventually both of us were just kind of like, something's off here. But because we had also like, they had formed this like legit friendship, not even like a super like deep, like romantic relationship. I mean, a little bit romantic, but mostly like he was just like really like, they talked every single day. Right. Yeah. And anytime I'm around, I'd be like, hey man, he'd like, what up, Non? What's Non doing? Like, anyways, it just got like really deep. And then we finally just started, enough red flags started popping up that we were like, something's off. And she like basically just said straight up like, FaceTime, something happened. I remember what it was. He reached out. He acted like he accidentally followed our friend Marissa. And I was with Marissa when we were like on some trip, and I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. And I was like, That's it. It's a catfish. Like, this isn't real. Like, he was like, he got her phone number somehow and then was like, oh, I got your number from blah, blah, blah. And then we used Marissa to like bait him. And then long story short, I will skip the specifics because we really had to go motherfucking FBI on this shit. This is a real person. And like, I swear I'm going to get some like defamation case handed to me at some point by this guy because he's a legit comedian. He is a legit comedian who performs in LA, but he is catfishing people. And he acts like he is, and I posted him on my story and was like, this man catfishes people. But here's the thing. He does look like his photos, but he then facetunes them. I don't know if he gets like some sick high off of this. Let me find it. Ben, comedian, LA.
Oh, like that's his real name.
Guys, listen up because Simply Pop is new fruit-forward bevy of prebiotic sodas made with 6 grams of prebiotic fiber to support gut health, vitamin C, and zinc to support immune function. And the best part about it, it tastes delicious. I am seriously obsessed with this. It is so, so, so good. I have so many in my fridge right now. They have a lot of flavors, by the way. They've got, let me run through the flavors. I really was just about to tell you about my favorite one, which is pineapple mango, but I'll give you guys all the flavors, all right? They've got some really, really good ones. They've got 5 of them. They've got pineapple mango, which is my favorite. I'm just like a mango girly. Anything that has pineapple and mango in it, like that tropical feel, so good. But they're all good. They've got lime, they've got strawberry, they've got citrus punch and fruit punch. So whatever tickles your fancy, Simply Pop is going to have that for you with their prebiotic soda. It is so good. And 6 grams of prebiotic fiber, like that's amazing. Your gut health is going to be on fire, all right? Plus that vitamin C and that zinc to help support immune function. I'm always looking out for my immune system. That is what I'm trying to do. But the best part is Simply Pop contains the real fruit flavors that you know and love with no added sugar. When I'm reaching for something to drink, a little bevy of choice, I want to make sure it's got no added sugar. Okay, so that makes for the soda to be even so good, a juice would drink it. Okay, soda just got juicy. Okay, it's Simply Pop. It's a new prebiotic soda, and I really, really am just so obsessed with it. They've got so many different flavors. It's delicious, and you just can't beat it. Especially now that it's warming up, get that crisp prebiotic soda that you want without feeling guilty. Okay, so go to cokeurl.com/simplypop to find out where you can try Simply Pop. For a flavor that pops, Probably Podcast chooses Simply Pop. Go to cokeurl.com/simplypop to find out where you can try it.
That's him, but that's really actually him as a comedian. And I don't know how to explain to it. It's like the lore was too deep and there's some stuff that we'll just like never ever know. But basically, like, we called him out. We're like, you're not real. FaceTime us right fucking now then. And I like posted it. And then the real guy like wrote in like, she needs to delete that right now. I'm working on a Netflix documentary with, he basically admitted like he was like Catfish. He's like, I'm working on a Netflix documentary with this comedian and we're doing this. And she's really blowing my cover right now. It was like so twisted and it got so deep that even me and Beck were like, we give up. And trying to figure this out because the tangled web was so woven. And I'm sure Beck's even listening to this like, that's not right, Shannon. You're messing this part up. But it got so confusing and so hairy. But the craziest part about it is this guy really is existing out there. Looks like that. Like he's a good looking dude. Also, I hate to fucking give it to him. Funny. It's a funny guy. Obviously, he's a comedian. And his real name is... I'm on the mic right now on the podcast and I'm like giving the whole thing and I'm like, I'm saying this so wrong. Beck's going to listen back to this and be like, that's wrong. But I'm basically saying how like hairy and sticky it got because I'm like, the guy exists. He's real. And he is actually funny because he's a comedian, but he catfishes people in his spare time with his real photos, but he face apps them. And they're so confusing because it's like him, but with a face app beard. And it's very confusing. What was his last name? I was like, I'm going to get a cease and desist. Like, I just know I am. So he basically like reached out to Beck and was like, have Shannon delete that right now. Because then all these people started coming forward to me being like, yes, that guy catfished me too. But they were like, but I'm so confused because he said his name was Ben, but he is a real guy. Like if you reverse Google search his face, it's a real guy that really is him. Like it's the real guy catfishing using his own photos. It's so confusing and twisted. It's so, and by the way, I still don't know if it actually is the comedian using his own photos, but I know that he's in on it with someone. There's something twisted going on and I don't know what it is, but like he either like is being so fucked right now, but it doesn't make sense because the real guy started like blocking us and being like, take that down, have her remove this. I don't know why I'm involved in all this, but being like really sketchy. Not like if that was really happening to you, you'd be like, oh, this fucking catfish shit. Sorry. Like, that ain't me. Like, you wouldn't care. He is involved somehow, and he actually was dating this girl. It got so twisted and dark. I don't know how to explain it.
That's crazy.
There could be actually, I mean, he alleges that they are working on some sort of documentary, but like, it's so weird. And then he got kind of like sketchy and scary. I remember there was one time I was really scared because this like hoax that he actually works for this like private company, this private security company. I was like, wait, am I going to get like, what kind of private security company? Like people that hire people to do things that people need to do. And I was like, am I going to get fucking murdered? But like, it got so confusing that me and Beck both were like, we're out. We're out. We're fucking done. This is so crazy and weird.
Yeah.
So I never got to the bottom of it. But people were coming out of the woodwork being like, just from my one story, that literally happened to me. I literally got catfished by him. But then we do know this girl in real life that actually dated him.
That's crazy. There does become a point where you're just like, oh, and now I'm going to back away.
I'm out.
I don't want to do this
I think I did
anymore.
delete that story off my Instagram too because I got kind of scared. I'm not really scared right now for some reason. Maybe because I'm like married to like this big hunky guy and I have a security system and guns and like I'm pregnant. Like you wouldn't kill a pregnant person. That would be like way more of a charge. Oh yeah. You know? Bad. That's like, you know, you're going down, bro. So I'm a little less scared. But that was crazy. I actually asked Beck, I was like, can I tell the story? I can just say it's a friend. She was like, bitch, everyone I know knows this story. Like, yes, tell the story. I'm like, okay. It's just crazy. We never really got to the end of it.
And yeah, he would face up his fucking photos. Remember one time he sent me a photo and I was like, Shannon, these glasses are not on his face. Like,
These glasses are just floating in midair.
That was the telltale sign. That's what it was. There was this time he sent a photo and Beck goes, look at this picture. And I go, the beard's still throwing me off. She goes, those glasses are not on his ears. And I was like, zoomed in like, they aren't. She's like, no. Why is he doing that? Why is he putting glasses on his face? I was like, I don't know, dude. I don't know. Okay, that story was crazy. And the comedian, like, if you want to send me a cease and desist, like, first answer for your fucking crimes.
First,
dude.
we'd love to chat. First,
I'd love to have a very long conversation with you about a lot of stuff. He does not have me blocked.
So it was him?
Oh my God. I just went to our DMs. I mentioned him in my story, September 21st, 2022. Who knew 2 years later I'd be married to the love of my life? Was I dating James when this happened? Okay, anyways. Hey, I'm not sure why I'm dragged back into this, but I am not back into this. But I am not Ben. I said, no worries, bud. No worries, bud. I'm sure you can explain it all to the FBI and private investigators assigned to this case. I imagine they'll take all the proof you want to give them. Like, I was bluffing so hard. Like, I sound so stupid.
You went straight to FBI.
We know all the stuff you've shown to prove it isn't you is fake. I've literally looked at the report from the police, which, by the way, is a very real thing. Was it? I don't think so. I'm no longer going to converse with you because this is, in fact, fully not my deal at all. But I hope you know there's a real consequence and legal action for what's been done. I'm out of it now, though. Just glad you can't hurt anyone else. You're caught. It's time to face it, period.
He said, this girl's batshit fucking crazy. Swipe up.
This is really crazy. Oh my God. I've got to know more. I've really just opened up another vault. If anyone knows this man in real life, like, get to the bottom of this for us. Okay. My senior year of high school, my bestie and I decided to do chat roulette. This is circa 2010, and we ended up stumbling upon these two really cute guys. We ended up talking all night. We put it together that they would be in New York this summer at the same time as me. So literally not even a month later, I'm in New York. My mom lets me go meet up with these guys that I met on chat roulette. By the way, what the actual fuck, Mom? I would never let my daughter. Thankfully, they were not serial killers, just fuck boys. This kicked off a 10-year on and off hookup every summer saga with me and one of the guys. This is literally a romance novel. He ended up being a total douche player, but oh well, the impact and innocence. But oh Lord, the impact an innocent night on chat roulette had on my life. I think there are success stories out there.
We need the chat roulette love stories.
Yeah, I mean, like even this, like y'all be fucking. Like that's kind of crazy.
That's close enough. Yeah, I'll take it.
Okay, this person catfished someone else. Should I read it?
Yes.
I catfished the shit out of this guy from New Jersey back in college. We met in a Yahoo chat room and started messaging regularly on AIM. Whoa, talk about ancient history. I sent him a pic of my friend and had him thinking that was me. Oh my God, that's not even that bad of a catfish, but still kind of crazy. You sent your friend. He wanted a relationship, but I wasn't into it. LOL, you catfishing him. I wasn't into it. Plus, that wasn't me in the pics.
Yeah,
LOL.
you can't.
Almost a year later, Facebook reared her ugly head. Oops. Imagine my surprise when he said that he searched my name in and S main came up, but it wasn't me. Busted as fuck. I confessed that my Facebook was the real me and we stayed friends, but what the fuck was I thinking?
Oh, so real name, fake pictures.
Yeah, and honestly, like, I feel like that's kind of like my story, although I never got caught, except for I'm admitting it right now. I say I never got caught. I was so young, and this guy was like in high school. It was my mom's friend's son. I bet that he always was like, you're a fucking weird bitch. Like, that little 12-year-old did use my photos and was weird as fuck. And also, I'm like, I wasn't messaging anyone. I bet I was. I bet I was.
My father-in-law is currently being catfished by someone claiming to be Shania Twain. He's leaving his current wife, my husband's mom, and flying out to live on her ranch in Vegas.
How, you know, it's like natural selection.
Yeah.
It's like some things you just have to let naturally happen. But I just feel so bad for this man's family, like his wife.
I know.
Like, this is so sad.
Yeah, for the people around him, or the people around the people who are getting catfished that can't help it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's sad. But like sometimes like people fall off cruise ships who need to fall off cruise ships. Like sometimes these things happen.
Yeah.
There's a lot of chat roulette stories, by the way.
I'm so glad. Chat roulette, I feel like I forgot about how much I love chat roulette until like it just randomly comes up in a news article or something about like somebody killed somebody from there, or, you know, whatever. But like it was such a staple of my childhood.
It was literally, me and Drew were on it all the time. This one starts with buckle up.
We love to hear that.
See if it's good. Buckle up. A girl I went to college with broke up with her high school sweetheart our senior year and had never dated anyone else. She asked me how to meet someone, and I told her just put herself out there and download the apps. This bitch tells me a week later that she met someone on Omegle. Omegle? What's that?
It's like chat roulette.
Same thing, same concept.
Yeah,
everything.
same concept, like video chat.
Okay.
Cycles through.
I didn't even know it was still a thing. This was 2019. Who's on that shit in 2019? That's crazy.
That's wild.
That's crazy. Oh yeah, because she's like, I told her like download the apps, and she's like, okay, Omegle. She's like, not those apps.
Maybe I'm thinking of it wrong, but I'm almost positive Omegle is the equivalent of chat roulette.
Okay. She goes, she started talking to the man for weeks, and all of us thought it was the most insane thing because seriously, what kind of people are still on Omegle? At this point, she's talking about how he lives 4 hours away, but he's coming to see her soon. We looked him up with the name that he gave her and could not find any proof that he existed, and she was Snapchatting him, so she knew he was who she said he was. A couple weeks goes by, and this is still going on, and she tells us that he lied about his name, but for good reason, because he was a registered sex offender, and he told her he didn't do it. It was all a big misunderstanding.
It always is.
And she said that she believed him and invited him to come see her anyways. So at this point, we were scared for her safety. Thankfully, when he was supposed to come visit her, he never showed up. He ghosted her because he was obviously a catfish. She was upset for a while, but now she's married to a man that she met on Hinge. Thank God. A regular fucking app. That is the thing about catfishers. You can have a really scary situation where like something really bad happens, but most of them, the second you're like, okay, meet me here, they're like, no. Like in the show Catfish, they always caught them like in the basement typing because they like followed an IP address. They rarely ever got caught because the person showed up because they know they're not the person. So they're just like, never mind, I ran out of gas. Like something like that always happened. This episode of Probably Podcast is brought to you by Huggies Little Snugglers. Huggies is the only leading brand with an all-around blowout protection for sizes 1 and 2. Now, all the parents out there, they know there's nothing worse than a blowout, okay? You know, I've got goddaughters. I'm about to have a baby of my own. I know the struggle is real because I'm in the thick of it, okay? I don't just buy cute outfits for the girls. I be changing diapers, and I'm aware of a blowout, and there's nothing worse than having one, okay? So you should not have to live your life worrying about how you're going to deal with the next inevitable blowout. Ease your blowout anxiety by switching to Huggies Little Snugglers. Huggies Little Snugglers are up to 100% leak-proof with blowout protection in the front and back on sizes 1 and 2, so you can feel confident relying on them for your little ones. Huggies Little Snugglers, now with blowout protection in every direction. Sizes 1 and 2, Huggies. We got you, baby.
Can we do an episode where we just get on Omegle?
Yeah.
That's going to be our next one we do together.
I can't believe it still these things still exist.
I mean, it should very much be illegal.
This says, one of my girlfriends was catfished by a job offer. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
It was her second interview over Zoom. The job itself was remote and offered benefits, 401k match, etc. It literally said all the right things. The interview took 2 hours. At the end, they said, okay, so you'll just need to send us over your card info to make it a positive $500. The fuck? For said job, and then we will reimburse you on the first paycheck. Thank God she had some good sense and was like, this does not sound right for me, and logged off. We definitely had a good laugh about it. It happened 4 months ago.
Oh, at least she knew the difference.
True.
So I became a fan of a TikTok singer in Nashville, and to keep him interested in talking to me, I told him that I used to date Blake Shelton and that we are still very close friends, so I could hook him up with a tour/record deal, etc. But then he introduced me to his brother that lives in Oklahoma, where I live, and now we are 100% in a relationship, and I can't tell the truth.
Oh, no.
How are you going to get out of that one?
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah, you're stuck.
Okay, what would I do? Okay, I'm a pretty good liar. Let me think. I'd be like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, how do you get out of that?
That's just like such a lie. I think I'd like try to downplay it. Like, it was ages ago. I exaggerated. Like, we didn't know each other that well. Like,
yeah.
But then, like, how deep did she go? Did she go deep into like, oh my God, like I can set you up with calls with blah, blah, blah. Like, oh,
yeah.
Also, like, I will say as much as I can, like, wiggle my way out of stuff. Like, I just would never lie that much.
That's a very specific lie.
It's the lies are hard when they're very specific to get yourself out of one.
Yeah, you got to think about that.
What if this like brother is like the love of her life, and this
They
like
get married under the pretense that she's gonna get her brother a record. She's gonna get his brother a
no
record
like
deal.
what if they end up dating for like 2 years and then finally it comes out that that was a big fat lie, and then he's like so has the ick that he's like I literally don't want to be with you. Or does she continue the lie? She's still like, yeah, I'm sorry, Blake is called. Like,
Gotta go. Blake's calling.
G2G. Oh my God, wait, that's tough.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
Let us know. I don't know what I'd do.
That's tough.
Lots of celebrity ones in here.
Oh my God, I saw the funniest TikTok the other day that said, well, Anna Grace sent it to me because like this is just some shit we find ourselves in. She goes, it was a TikTok where it was like the TikTok was them baking cakes really quickly, and the caption said, point of view, you and your sister made a fake cake business Instagram so they can stalk so you can stalk people, and now you have 5 orders.
I saw that.
That's so funny. They're just sitting there like
Starting a bakery.
like that's so fucking funny. Like
That is shit you'd do.
that is shit where I'd be like, we have to start. I'm a girl boss now.
I have to get an order from this address. We can deliver and see. No. Yeah. That's.
There's a Cole Sprouse one. Do you want to tell your truth?
Oh yeah.
Maybe you got by this person.
It could have been them. I liked Dylan Sprouse. I was convinced that I was emailing him though. I had
Courtney.
the posters from the magazines. Did you get the
Yeah,
magazines?
I know what you're talking about. Of course.
Yeah, Tiger Beat.
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
All over my walls. Dylan Sprouse. It was kind of like a shrine. Somewhere I found his email, or I thought I found his email, and I would email this man at least once a day, every single day.
Could have been a woman. This person said they're a woman.
Or a woman, this person, unknown. They were just, who?
What do y'all talk about? Life of a star.
Yeah, very short responses from Dylan Sprouse.
He's busy. He was filming. He has like a very packed schedule.
Very busy. And like, I do remember specifically I asked him if he'd be my boyfriend, and he did say no.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
Just no.
An honest man.
Yeah, and that was pretty devastating. I learned all the words to Mr. Brightside because I saw that was his favorite song.
Right.
That is why I know all the words to Mr. Brightside.
And that
to
is
this
why
day.
still to this day.
It has grown on me. I now also like the song. But alas, I am not married to Dylan Sprouse.
This could have been who catfished you. This says, LOL. I'm a girl and I catfished mostly women for like 10 years. I first pretended to be Cole Sprouse, WTF, and catfished this girl in my town when I was in 6th grade. And then I graduated. Oh, she's like a serial catfisher.
I talked to her.
Then I graduated to using a guy's identity who lived near my hometown. I thought he was really hot. I used the name Jeremy, catfish girls around the country, hoes in different area codes. I specifically did this for around 8 to 9 years. My gosh. The relationships mostly ended when I kept promising that I'd visit these girls and then I would come up with a crazy reason for not coming. I quit in college in like 2014 after being caught several times by different women because I eventually realized I couldn't keep doing it. I did this because I'm bi, but I was ashamed of being attracted to women. Okay, at least there's a reason. And I'm like, what's her reason? And I always wanted to be a guy. There are so many crazy stories though. The last few girls that I catfished forgave me so much so that we became friends with the real me. I visited them and stayed at their houses multiple times. Also, one time the girl I catfished showed up to the airport I was at because she knew Jeremy would be there. I saw her at my baggage claim carousel while I was with my parents. I freaked the fuck out because she kept calling me and wouldn't leave. I've been clean. I was just about to say this girl's for sure addicted.
Yeah.
Sometimes on the show Catfish, they would like find people who they would be like, why'd you do it? And they'd be like, I can't stop.
They've had the same people. Like they've found the same people multiple
Serial
times. I
catfishers,
love
yeah.
that show. It's so fucking
Me
good.
too. I've been clean for over 10 years and live a very normal life now, which is crazy. Not sure if you're trying to share these stories in the podcast, but if so, I live in Franklin. I'm happy to share more.
We'll have her on.
Oh my gosh.
Life of a serial catfisher.
That's crazy. I mean, yeah, I have questions. I
Wow. For 10 years.
10 years. I mean, that seems like a really like honest person now. Like even to be so honest, I always was just thinking like, how is she admitting all this? But like, she's probably gone to like enough done work on herself that they're like, the only way to get out of this is to just be straight up honest about all of it. Yeah. Because like I'm reading this, I'm like, she seems very casual about admitting this. And she's like, yeah, this is the reason I did it. This is why I did it. I've been sober. I've been clean now for 10 years. I'm like, whoa. Oh. You know, I kind of like respect the fuck out of her. At first I was thinking, how the fuck are you friends with these girls you catfish? But like, I kind of respect this girl.
Yeah, that's
I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of like really cruel things at play as well, but you know, also respect.
Yeah, a dedication to the craft.
To the craft. Dedication to the craft.
She has mastered it.
You know the feeling when you're so lost in a romance novel. I love a good romance novel. And you know what I really love? A good smut novel. And the real world just kind of fades away. Well, the slow burn, you got those stolen glances, okay? The moment everything changes, it's really making me want to go pick up a book. You never want it to end. And that is exactly what Dipsea is going to give you. Whether it's a fiery fling, a forbidden love, or a slow, tantalizing build, with Dipsea, there's a spicy audio story to match your every desire, okay? Now, Dipsea is a female-founded app for spicy audiobooks and more, created by women for the female gaze. Now, their app has over 1,000 spicy audiobooks, all crafted by a team of professional writers and top-tier narrators. Whether you're looking for a rugged cowboy or Scottish sailor, a sexy rendition of Pride and Prejudice, or the god of the underworld, you will find characters that you love on Dipsea, okay? So with their easy-to-explore app, you can search for favorite romance genres like contemporary, historical, dark, sports, western, romantasy, sapphic, and more. So new chapters are going to be released every week, and you will always find something new to enjoy. Trust me, right now, you can get a 30-day free trial plus 25% off your annual membership when you go to dipseastories.com/probably. That's DIPSEA stories.com/probably for 30 free days and 25% off your subscription. dipseastories.com/probably.
Okay, I used to work with this lady. She was in her probably late 50s, and she was convinced that she was dating Matt Rife, the comedian.
Late 50s?
She literally told us that she was like flying to see him. He was flying her out on his private jet. She was going to see him at all his shows. She even quit her job saying she was going on the road to work for him.
Is that just lying? Is she just like lying?
Like
saying,
what's Cole Sprouse, that one was just lying to you?
Like, yeah.
Like you're not... I guess you are being catfished, but like what I need to know is, and I think that gets cut off.
We need more.
Oh, we need more. I wonder, like, did she get pictures or videos being like, it's me, Matt Rife, come to my show? Like,
yeah.
What made her convinced?
And she signed her resignation letter, her name, and then parentheses Rife is the last name. Before she quit, though, she told everyone that she was getting married, all of the doctors and surgeons. We work in an operating room, and got everyone's address.
She was a doctor.
No, she said she worked with doctors and surgeons.
Okay. She
worked in an operating room.
Was a respected professional.
What you was going to say, respected professional.
Told us she was going to get married at this this certain venue. We actually called it and checked, and she had been calling and asking about it. Needless to say, she ended up losing her house, losing her job, losing her car because she was sending money to somebody. We don't know, but she was convinced it was Matt Rife. It was literally the most interesting thing about our workplace for a good 6 months.
I was just going to say, first of all, that's when I start feeling bad, even though, like, obviously this lady is just like, come on. But like, gosh, like the money, like once they start asking for money, what are you doing? But you know what? This is one of those moments where I'm like, I do wish I like worked a desk job for just like your good old fashioned office drama. Like when something like that happens and takes hold of the office community, you really can't shake it. And it's like a really beautiful bonding moment where like, look at her. She was like, this is literally for 6 months. This is all we talked about. They were calling the wedding venue being like, has she been calling? Like this is tea, this is lore, this is stuff I don't get in my home. You know, me and you, we don't have this.
We don't have this kind of stuff.
And we have a lot of great moments, Courtney, but we don't have water cooler drama like this. Like I just do kind of like, I feel like I'm missing out.
It's like the candy salad trend. I've never wanted to work in an office more until I see people dumping their candy and saying their trauma. Like we can do ours back and forth.
We could do ours.
We don't have a group.
We don't have a group. And also it would just be you being like, you never submit your ads on time. And then she's like, I brought gummy bears. You never submit your ads on time. These are Swedish fish. You never submit your ads on time. And I'd be like, I am so sorry. In quotations, I am so sorry. I so spaced. I am once
Shannon
again.
and
These are nerds clusters, and you don't submit your ads on time. Anyways, this episode is brought to you by. Okay, we have time for a couple more. Okay, this person says, I'm coming for you, Hailey Bieber. When I was 16, I was truly and utterly convinced that I was talking on the phone to Justin Bieber. He was also 16 at the time, and one time the song had just come out and he was about to perform at my local mall. He would call my phone every day and sing to me and leave me voicemails of him singing. It sounded just like Justin Bieber. After a few weeks of this, my dad asked me why I was always calling and talking to a Louisiana number every day. Turns out it was not Justin Bieber, but a 13-year-old girl who happened to sound just like him. Seriously, she could have had a career. I couldn't accept what my dad was telling me after he researched the phone number, so I found Miss Patty Millette, which I guess is Justin Bieber's mom.
Oh, okay.
Yes, his actual mother, on Facebook, and asked her to please ask Justin if he knew a Sarah from California. She responded to me and said, I've just asked him. He said no. Please be safe on the internet, darling. Ha ha ha. What could have been? Kind of a slay. You got a message from Justin Bieber's mom.
Yeah.
Being like, no, stay safe.
No, not again.
Not again.
Dude doesn't talk like that.
What? Yeah, what?
They're from Canada.
They're from Canada.
The Louisiana threw me off.
I went straight Louisiana. Oh my gosh. Chat roulette story. My friends and I would do it in our dorm rooms in college. We got matched with Drake 3 different times.
I was reading that one at the exact
Only
same time.
once he stayed to chat though. Drake just like busted up in chat roulette. That's sick.
I think I do remember that. That was like Degrassi Drake though.
Wait, this is another one. Oh no, they said the same thing. It's the same one twice. Okay,
sorry.
I was like, another person after Drake.
That's my bad. Anonymous, please. I catfished my ex-husband. I saw he was on Craigslist looking for women when they had the dating spot on it years ago, and he was emailing dick pics to these people. I made my own ad that I was looking for a married man, and he responded to it right away while he was at work. I responded back with a fake email and asked him to meet up. He responded back and said that his wife, parentheses me, had to take her son to practice, and she, parentheses me, could come over when she, parentheses me, leaves. And that's how he became my ex-husband.
Holy shit. Oh, but I want details of the meetup.
I know.
Like, did she let it go through, and did she just show back up like, hey,
Right.
motherfucker?
Ugh. Men suck.
At Live Conscious, their mission is to create simple, effective wellness solutions that elevate your everyday life one conscious choice at a time. I found this out whenever I first discovered their Beyond Brew. It's truly amazing. So I know that coffee is like the best thing to ever exist to everyone on the planet Earth, and I agree. But sometimes, you know, it can have some different effects. Like it can maybe slow down your metabolism. Maybe you want to replace all that sugar with a zero sugar coffee alternative. So that is where Beyond Brew comes in by Live Conscious, which, like I said, I love their mission statement. It's just amazing. But this is going to be packed with 6 powerful mushrooms. Like they're going to have lion's mane, reishi, and fiber in every serving. Beyond Brew is designed to support gut health and immunity while delivering a calm, focused energy. Okay, so you're going to have all of this stuff without the crash that coffee does inevitably tend to give us around 3 p.m. I hit a wall, okay, and I don't want to reach for more coffee. So this is a really nice alternative sometimes. You can also, if you're like, no, I have to have my coffee, Shannon, you can add this to your coffee, okay? You can add it to your coffee. You can drink it on its own. I probably do about 50-50 because, listen, I'm pregnant. I want my coffee sometimes. So Beyond Brew offers more than just a caffeine fix, though, with its delicious flavors like vanilla latte, caramel macchiato. Caramel macchiato is definitely my favorite. You can treat your taste buds and say goodbye to all the caffeine jitters. I know some people like really don't like the way caffeine makes them feel, but love just all the other things that come along with coffee. So Beyond Brew is going to give that to you. Live Conscious has sold over 400,000 jars of Beyond Brew, so you know it's the good stuff. Visit liveconscious.com today and make the switch to a smarter sip with Beyond Brew. Use code PROBABLY to receive 15% off. That is liveconscious.com, liveconscious.com, and use code PROBABLY to receive 15% off.
A lady I worked with was 100% sure that she thought she was in a relationship with Matt Rife. She showed us their text messages because they weren't allowed to talk on the phone or FaceTime because of his people.
Oh my God.
If you Google Matt Rife with glasses, that is the exact picture that he was using.
Oh my gosh. Matt Rife, I actually feel bad for the guy. It seems like he's got a lot of this going on. Does he have in his bio, like, this is my only profile?
Does it say Matt Rife official? Because if not, that's why you're getting got. That's crazy. He seems to be pretty busy. I wouldn't expect to be talking to him. I'm an identical twin, and when I don't want to socialize with someone I know who doesn't know that I'm a twin, I pretend that I'm my twin, and we both do this.
I love that.
That's great.
That's great. This says, girl, I didn't get catfish, but apparently I catfished a ton of people. I guess kind of. I didn't know that my friend in college set up a fake Tinder account with pictures of me under a different name. I had no clue. We kept going out to the bars and all these guys would say, hey, they knew me. They'd call me Heather. I was so confused, but I was drunk and we were always getting free drinks. It took me forever to realize what she was doing, and I still have no clue why she did it. Needless to say, we are obviously no longer friends. Like, holy shit.
That's crazy. Using your friend's picture, like somebody you know.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's how it happened a lot of the times on that show Catfish. Like, it would always be like someone's like friend or brother or something.
Mm-hmm. I can't believe that show is still going on. That they still have enough people getting catfish
to keep
the show going.
I guess AI opened up a whole another can of worms.
Yeah. Oh, have you seen this? I've been getting, my feed obviously is the Wild West, but I've been getting, I've gotten like 2, but it's like my wife doesn't know that this is how I'm paying the bills, and it's like a man in like in like one of those motion tracker suit things, like where it's like for animation, but like it's him moving like he's washing the dishes, but it's like a cartoon girl with like massive tits. She's like half naked. She's in like a string bikini, but it's like this guy washing dishes. But AI has turned him into this girl, this like hot girl washing dishes. And then it like goes to screenshots of like bank account, like incoming Venmo. And then he's like, it's like, my wife doesn't know that this is actually how I'm paying the bills. And it's like him as that girl. I was like,
holy fuck, was it an ad to get you to like do that? Holy shit.
No, I think it was just I think he just made content like that. He's like, this is how you, like you can, it was like one of the tutorial things. Like, this is how you can do it yourself. I was like, wow.
That's crazy.
That's genius. Men will pay for anything.
I was just about to say, and the moral of that story is men will literally pay for everything. Yeah. I feel like, I know we heard a couple stories of like men that think they're dating Shania Twain and moving to a ranch, whatever. But I do feel like it's more often than not, like, sadly, like women giving money to men or like whoever they're catfishing, but being catfished by a man or a woman. But like, I'd love to see more men lose money in these situations.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because they will literally pay for anything.
They really
You have
will.
no idea that some like guy is literally like in an AI suit in his kitchen, but you're like so happy just to watch this fake big titted lady like wash dishes.
Yeah.
What in the literal fuck?
Yeah. I'm sure there's more men stories in here.
Last update from Beck. She said he has me blocked, like the real guy. And I'm not blocked, but I'm sure I will be after this podcast airs.
I think I might have a trusted mutual that I can reach out to for.
Yeah, we're in the comedy space now. Can we find out more? What if this all blows back in my face and this guy literally is like, this has been like a huge... No, I remember enough stuff that like I felt confident enough to post about it on my story. Like obviously I felt confident enough to be like, the FBI is involved. But like I remember thinking like, I can't fuck myself up with like a legit comedian in LA if this is like a like thing. And this guy's up to some tomfoolery.
Yeah.
So I need any intel. If you guys have any intel, get some inside scoop from your people.
I'll have my people do some digging.
We can ask Matt Rife. I bet I know someone dating him.
We can just ask the people. Someone's dating him or everyone's dating him.
I thought the only drama was that he like was dating a lot of girls at once. Like the Brooke Schofield found out that he was dating like 6 girls at one time.
Yeah.
And like flying them out, like legitimately dating them like all at one time. So he kind of deserves this catfishing.
Yeah.
Because she was really iconic, and one time she had a live show with Tana, and she had all the girls that she found out was dating him at the same time. She had them all fly out and come on stage.
Oh,
yeah,
she got him.
That was good.
Yeah, he seems like he would do that.
100%. I love when Uncle Laser in the last episode was like, he won the genetic lottery. I'm like, I'm pretty sure his surgeons come out and like said all the work he's had done.
Yeah, that's not genetics. That's money.
And then I think Matt Rife's like, people sent them like a cease and desist letter or something. And I'm like, see, that makes me think you got it even more.
Oh, yeah.
Like if
that
I
makes
truly was gorgeous to my core and some surgeon was like, I did all the work, I'd be like, that is so... maybe I would like make a post like, that's literally categorically false. Like, it's not true. But like not saying anything online and just having your people reach out behind the scenes, send a cease and desist. Yeah, that man did your face.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He did your jawline.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the quote that says, "You're not ugly, you're just broke"?
Yes.
I feel that.
And yeah.
And on that,
I'm a good product of that. Yeah. You're not ugly, you're just pregnant. And on that note, I gotta go. I hope we have some great clips from this, but I hope that I can put an AI suit on and fucking you can turn me into a big titted lady washing the dishes instead.
That's what we'll do.
Oh, thanks for joining us on this episode of Probably a Podcast, Catfish edition, Producer Courtney edition. Gotta run. Love ya. Bye.